Hi, guys. Let's talk about how House Republicans are pushing to sell hundreds of thousands of acres of public lands in the West, and I smell shady business. Let's talk about it. So, House Republicans added a provision to their sweeping tax cut package, authorizing sales of hundreds of thousands of acres of public lands in Nevada and Utah, prompting outrage from Democrats and environmentalists who called it a betrayal that could lead to drilling, mining, and lodging in sensitive areas. So, Republicans on the House National Resources Committee adopted the land sales proposal earlier Wednesday morning. The initial draft had not been included in amid bipartisan opposition. So, the land sale provision was put forward by Republican reps Mark Amati of Nevada and Celeste Malloy of Utah. The parcels could be used for economic development, mining, and infrastructure projects, such as an expansion of an airport and a reservoir in Utah, according to local officials and plans for the areas. Some sites would be considered for affordable housing, which is much needed in fast growing parts of Nevada. Yes, it is, because if you've been in Nevada, you know there's a whole bunch of meth heads out there. Not trying to say anything, nothing against people that are afflicted with drug abuse, but yes, there is a lot of poverty in Nevada. Once you get away from the strip and stuff, you do see that. So the sites include up to 200,000 acres, 800 hectares in Clark County, Nevada, which includes Las Vegas, according to Nevada Democrat Senator Catherine Cortez Masto. That's less than 1% of more than 50 million acres of federal land overall in the state. Okay. Also included is land in Pershing County, Nevada, where Mahdi has advocated for selling or exchanging about 350,000 acres of public land and allowing sales to mining companies. Cortez Masto, in a statement, called it a land grab to fund Republican billionaires' giveaway tax bill. In the dead of the night, Representative Mark Amati pushed House Republicans to move forward with an insane plan that cuts funding from water conservation and public schools across Nevada, she said. Ooh, and the Nevada school district already is not good. The parcels in Utah would be sold at fair market value to local governments and make up only a third of 1% of public lands in the state, according to Mallow's office. The sales from these small parcels of land would generate significant federal funding and have broad local support. It's a tailored budgetary measure, said House Natural Resources Committee spokesperson John Siebels. Colorado Republican Rep Jeff Hurd voted against the provision. The Nevada parcels are also in Leon and Washoe counties. The Utah parcels are in western portion of the state, including around the city of St. George and near Zion National Park. Now hold up, wait a minute. Don't be putting no mining stuff by no national parks, because you're going to be polluting those lands. See, you got to read into what these people are doing. Also, to these people that are proposing these things, you need to look at what are they getting out of it. Trust me, there's some kind of monetary gain in this. The sales provision advanced, I'm going to say allegedly. The sales provision advanced as the Natural Resources Committee voted 26-17 to allow increased leasing of public lands for national resource extraction, while clearing the path for more development by speeding up government approvals. Republicans said the overall bill would generate at least $18 billion in new revenue and savings. Royalty rates paid by companies to extract oil, gas, and coal would be cut, reversing former Democratic President Joe Biden's attempt to curb fossil fuels to help address climate change. The measure is part of Trump's big bill of tax breaks, spending cuts, and beefed up funding to halt migrants. House Speaker Mike Johnson has set a goal of passing the package out of his chamber by Memorial Day. All told, 11 different House committees are crafting portions of the bill. So, about 1 million square miles is under federal control. Most of the land is in Alaska and western states. That includes 63% in Utah and 80% in Nevada. It's a now no. It could be no later. It will be a no forever, said Zink, whose state includes large parcels of federally owned land. He is not on the National Resources Committee, but his office said he will oppose any legislation to sell lands that reaches the House floor. So Zink and Rep. Gab Vasquez are leading a new bipartisan public lands caucus intended to protect and expand access to America's public lands. The caucus launched with a Wednesday news conference hours after the resources panel vote. Child, this is a lot. Let's see. Oil and gas royalty rates will drop about 16.7% on public lands and 18.75% offshore to a uniform 12% under the committee passed bill, which still faces a vote in the full House and Senate once it is incorporated into the final legislative package. Royalties for coal will drop from 12.5% to 7%. Child, if you guys want to read this whole article, go for it. It's a lot more information in here. But I am just strongly against this is just very interesting. Again, I feel like we need to investigate what is going to be the benefit of these people really pushing this bill. Okay, there's always something for people to be pushing a bill. Okay, who are they in bed with? We need to look at that. I strongly am against any type of person that is doing, or groups of people that is doing cutting of funding for certain land protections, but then you want to install things unregulated in areas that will impact either wildlife or human life. And you don't have any police and agency ensuring the safety of that area and those people and or animals or plant life at that, vegetation. So I'm just strongly against that. Now, if you are truly trying to generate income for that said state or whatever, that is a different story. But I mean, you're doing it federally, and you guys are scrambling trying to find this money for these billionaires, which is so crazy to me. I'm gonna say allegedly. I don't know. This is just something we just gotta wait and see. In my personal opinion, my whole thing is, even if some of these bills get passed, we need to really be looking at what are the long-term effects for this. Hopefully there are some nonprofit organizations that are allowed to do studies to see what will be the long-term effects of it. I know there are already existing studies, but I mean, once these things are up and going, because my whole thing is global warming is real. If anything, you're just upping our expiration date, not regulating these things, because it does have an impact. I don't know about you guys, but I don't want a apocalypse or world devastation to be ramped up when it could be avoided. So that's just my only opinions on this. I don't know what you guys think. Leave a comment below and let's talk.